Hi, this is Ben Griffin from Shires here to talk to you today about tuning slides. Selecting the right tuning slide can really help bring in the sound and feel of the instrument to a place that's most comfortable for you. So to get started, there's three things that you need to consider when selecting a tuning slide: the taper of the tuning slide, the material of the tuning slide, and the construction of the tuning slide. We're going to talk about those three things right now. We're going to start with tenor trombones, our large bore and medium tenor trombones. And the two tapers that we offer is our standard TY taper. That is the original SE Shires tuning slide. It's a more open tuning slide. It was specifically designed to bring certain of funny notes in the overtone series into tune. In particular, the 10th harmonic high D. You can actually play that in first position. The second taper is our TX tuning slide, and that is a more focused taper than the original TY. It's a lot more similar to those of you coming from a Bach 42, and it arranges the overtone series in a way that's more similar to that. It can also provide a little bit more density to the sound and focused feel on an instrument that otherwise feels great but maybe a little bit loose. We offer 5 different kinds of materials, the most common of which is yellow brass and gold brass. Yellow brass is 70% copper, 30% zinc, and has a very bright, clear sound that maintains its timbre throughout a variety of dynamics. It usually also has the most precise attack. Um, the second most popular is gold brass, which is 85% copper, 15% zinc. This offers a little bit more warm sound, more of those low overtones in it. Some of the drawbacks could be that it's a slightly more rounded articulation. Our finding is that people that play sterling silver lead pipes usually prefer a gold brass tuning slide. We also will do red brass tuning slides, nickel tuning slides, and German brass tuning slides. Red brass is 90% copper, 10% zinc, and is available as a seamed tuning slide only. We're going to get to that in a little bit. Nickel is available as a drawn tuning slide, and German brass is 80% copper, 20% zinc, and again is available only as a seamed tuning slide. Red brass provides even more warmth at low dynamics and more highs at loud dynamics. It's the most flexible of all the materials that we use. Nickel, bright, crisp, clear articulations. People usually don't order that for medium or large bore tenor trombones, as it moves it a little bit too far to the commercial side of playing. The German brass is a new thing that we've been experimenting with. It's a hybrid in between the yellow and the gold brass tuning slides, can provide a little bit more color while still retaining clarity. We'll be bringing you more news on that as we experiment more with it. We construct our tuning slides 2 different ways. The first is drawn tuning, where we actually start with a tube, bring it to a draw bench, and draw it down to the proper size taper and bend it from there. This is what you're going to find in most of the tuning slides in the industry. Crisp, clean, clear sound, very free blowing and feeling. The other thing that we do is we make a seamed tuning slide, and that's much like we do with a bell flare. We start with a flat sheet of brass, we roll it over, and we braze that together. From there, it's drawn down to the proper size taper. Seamed tuning slides are a little bit heavier than the drawn tuning slides. They also provide, again, a little bit more resistance. If you like the larger feel of, say, a TY tuning slide, but you just want a little bit more to blow against, the seam tuning slide could really provide that. They do have a tendency to round out the fronts of notes a little bit. So if you have a very strong articulation that you want to round out, that is also a very good option for you. Bass trombone tuning slides. We make our bass trombone tuning slides in 2 different tapers. Our B taper, which is a little bit more focused, which is similar to a Bach 50, and our C taper, which is a little bit more open, that is more similar to something that you would find on, say, a Conn, a vintage Conn 62 or 72H. We make the bass tuning slides again in 5 different alloys: yellow, 70% copper, 30% zinc; gold brass, 85% copper, 15% zinc; nickel, red, and German. Again, the German we're just starting to experiment with is very interesting. It's a hybrid between yellow and gold. The nickel, very crisp, clear articulations. This could be a good option for somebody that has an otherwise large instrument that they want to point up the articulations for commercial recording or playing in a big band. The red brass, again, the most flexible of all of them, really brings in a strong European flavor to the sound. Just like the tenor tuning slides, the bass tuning slides are available either as drawn tubes or seam tubing. Just like the tenor trombone tuning slides, the drawn tends to have a little bit crisper, cleaner feel and sound, a little bit more open. The seamed is a little bit more resistance to blow against, as well as a slightly more rounded articulation. The BYC and BGC tuning slides in particular are popular for people that want that larger sound and feel of the C taper, but want just a little bit more to blow against and a way to round out the articulation. We also have a very special bass tuning slide, and that is the one that appears on the Bollinger bass trombones. This is a C taper tuning slide in drawn tubing, but at the end of it, rather than a nickel receiver, it is a solid billet of brass. This is heavier than what the nickel has. This provides a large field, but a lot faster response, more density to the sound, but the yellow brass keeps it from getting too bright like the nickel would. This is really great for people that want a little bit more density to the sound, a little bit more power, a little bit more projection, and also a little bit more to blow against while still maintaining a precise articulation, clean front of the note. It's an excellent alternative to the BYC. Small bore tuning slides. We make our small bore tuning slides in 3 different tapers: our standard SY, our SY 1.0, and the SY 1.5. We offer our small bore tuning slides in a variety of different tapers, constructions, and materials. Our standard SY tuning slides come in 3 different sizes: 1.5, 1.0, and the standard SY. The 1.5 is the most focused of the tuning slides and feels most like a typical small bore instrument would from another manufacturer. The SY 1.0 is slightly more open and has a more vintage feel to it, and the SY is the most open of all the tuning slides. Most of our customers opt for the 1.5. That's what comes standard on the Shires Custom Small Bore, as well as the Michael Davis and Michael Davis Plus. Our new S2 series of small bore trombones features the more open SY tuning slide to pair up with the more open lead pipe. Just like our tenor and bass trombones, the SY series of tuning slides are available in either a drawn or seamed construction. Most of our customers opt for the drawn construction as it has a little bit more open feel to it, crisper, cleaner articulations, which pair well with the mission of most small bore trombones. The seam tuning slides are opted for more rarely, but can provide more resistance as well as rounding out the articulations. Our small bore tuning slides are available in either yellow, gold, red, nickel, or German brass. Yellow is the most commonly opted for, as it provides the best balance of clean and clear articulations with warmth of sound. Gold brass is a little bit warmer. Nickel is bright, clean, clear, and has precise articulations. Red brass is the most flexible, has more European flair, and the German brass is something new that we're working with. More to come on that as we do more. Those are our tuning slides. If you have any questions, you can always contact us here at info@seshires.com or 508-634-6805, and we'll be sure to help you.